Quarterback Russell Wilson has experienced a rough start to each of the last two seasons. But in 2024 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Wilson received the opportunity to lead his team to the playoffs despite an injury, which sidelined him for the first 6 weeks. With the New York Giants this year, Wilson is out as the team starter after just 3 games. Giants head coach Brian Daboll officially made a switch at the team's starting quarterback role Tuesday. On Wednesday, Daboll confirmed the Giants will start rookie Jackson Dart for the remainder of the 2025 season. Barring an injury to Dart, Wilson will not start for the Giants again. That's not only bad news for Wilson, but also for the Steelers. Just a couple weeks ago, compensatory formula expert Nick Korda noted that the Steelers were trending toward the best-case scenario. Steelers Depot's Matthew Marksey wrote. Obviously, Russell Wilson's benching alters the equation, potentially considerably. Under the best-case scenario, with incentives, Wilson could earn the Steelers a 4th-round compensatory pick. But if he's done playing for the season, the compensation could drop to a 6th-round level. How Russell Wilson's benching impacts Steelers. It's not 100% clear how Wilson losing his job with the Giants will affect the Steelers. But it's going to have some type of impact. The NFL determines its compensatory picks with a secret formula using unrestricted free agents who depart teams. The formula considers player salary but also playing time. Wilson signed a 1-year, $10.5 million deal to join the Giants. Through 3 games, the veteran quarterback has played 97% of New York's offensive snaps this season. However, if he doesn't play again in 2025, Wilson will finish the year with just 195 snaps overall. Last season, the 36-year-old set a new career low with 719 offensive snaps. Wilson missed the first 6 games with Pittsburgh last year because of a calf injury. Still hope for Steelers with NFL compensatory picks. The Giants benching Wilson is a major blow for the Steelers maximizing their future compensatory selections. However, it's not all bad news for the team on that front. The good news, though, is Justin Fields' compensation is trending toward rising from a 4th-round level to a 3rd-round level, Marksey wrote. If he keeps his job all season, Pittsburgh could have 2 3rd-round compensatory picks. However, the Steelers maximizing their compensatory selection with Justin Fields is based on him getting back on the field soon. Fields missed Week 3 because of a concussion. Wilson could also get back on the field in another way other than a Dart injury. CBS Sports' Jonathan Jones suggested the Giants could try and trade Wilson to a quarterback-needy team. His immediate future with Big Blue is unclear, though he could be a trade piece for a quarterback-needy team ahead of the November 4th trade deadline, wrote Jones on Tuesday. It's possible Wilson could land back in the AFC North with the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals entered the season as a playoff contender, but they will be without Joe Burrow for 3 months. That's potentially not the ideal landing spot for the Steelers. The Steelers are expected to face the Bengals twice without Burrow this season. If Wilson plays well for the Bengals, the Steelers will also have tougher competition in the division. But if a team such as Cincinnati acquires Wilson, then the Steelers would be in line for a better compensatory selection. Former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger didn't hold back when it came to criticism of his old team during his most recent Footballin' podcast, despite a win over the New England Patriots on Sunday. Specifically, he laid into offensive tackle Broderick Jones for his play in Foxborough. I assume Mike Tomlin is addressing it. Maybe it goes to the O-line coach, Pat Meyer. I don't know him. I don't know what he's doing. But at some point, there needs to be some accountability from that left tackle, Roethlisberger said. Roethlisberger pointed to a specific run play where Jones didn't block a soul, and he highlighted Jones' habit of being too upright in his pass protection. He has got to get low, Roethlisberger said. James Harrison. What did he talk about? Leverage. If James Harrison was going up against Broderick Jones, he would have 15 sacks a game. The low leverage he is going to get around Broderick. Broderick has to be better at protecting. As we stated here at Breakfast with Benz, prior to viewing the episode, Roethlisberger said the Steelers are afraid to take shots down the field. The retired Super Bowl champion also talked about the panic button with the line play. In his words, the team shouldn't be hitting it yet, but their hand should be right over the glass case, ready to flip it open. Roethlisberger jumped over to the defensive side next. It seems like we're a pretty vanilla defense as it is, Roethlisberger said. It doesn't feel like, to me, we're getting a lot of unique pressures, unique defenses. Even Coach Tomlin said that Tuesday in his press conference. He said that situations or circumstances are preventing them from doing things. And I don't know what that means. Largely, Tomlin was suggesting injuries in the secondary were holding back the Steelers' ability to throw the entire defensive package at the opposing offense. Steelers Daily News and Links, your daily stop for all of the news and links. Former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger called the Steelers' defense very vanilla. To me, without studying our defense, it seems like we're a pretty vanilla defense as it is, Roethlisberger said on his Football and podcast. It doesn't feel like, to me, we're getting a lot of unique pressures, unique defenses, and I think even Coach Tomlin said that Tuesday in his press conference. He said that something along the lines of, and I'll probably mess it up, that situations or circumstances are preventing them from doing things, and I don't know what that means. The New York Jets are signing former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker Mark Robinson off the New England Patriots practice squad. A newly renovated stadium in New Roads will be named after Steelers linebacker Patrick Queen, according to WBRZ. Queen is a Livonia High School alumnus, and the new Patrick Queen Stadium will be used for both Livonia High School and the STEM Magnet Academy of Point Capi. Queen and his family will be at the stadium on Wednesday, October 1st, for a dedication ceremony at 6 p.m. Ben Roethlisberger believes the Steelers will get outcoached by the Vikings in Ireland. If I say that I think we're going to get outcoached, is that controversial? I'll say this, I think Brian Flores is a very good defensive coordinator. I think Coach Kevin O'Connell is an exceptional offensive mind, Roethlisberger said. They're going to find ways to try and exploit our defense, and their defense, which is what everyone does, I get it, I just think that there's a chance that it could. Ben Roethlisberger has an outside source with the Steelers, and they say Broderick Jones is just not good enough. I got word from someone outside the organization, not in the organization, that watches the all-22. There's not just these ones, there's a majority of plays where it's just not good enough, Roethlisberger said. I assume Tomlin's addressing it. Maybe it goes to the O-line coach. I don't know him. I don't know what he's doing, but at some point, there needs to be some accountability from that left tackle. Ben Roethlisberger thinks James Harrison would have had 15 sacks a game against Broderick Jones. James Harrison. What did he talk about? Leverage. You get a guy like if James Harrison was going up against Broderick Jones, he would have 15 sacks a game, Roethlisberger said. I am telling you the low leverage he's going to get around Broderick. Broderick has to be better at protecting. The Steelers have minus 417 negative net yardage this season, which is the second worst margin in the NFL. Only the Tennessee Titans minus 454 are worse. Pittsburgh has been outgained by 289 yards in its 2 wins. The New England Patriots outgained the Steelers 349 yards to 101 over the final 3 quarters. New England turned over the ball 5 times, however, which led to the Steelers' 21-14 win. The Steelers have scored touchdowns on 88% of their red zone appearances this year. Last year, that number was 48%. Only the Cincinnati Bengals, 2.4, average less than the Steelers' 2.8 yards per rush attempt. Steelers outside linebacker Nick Herbig had a field day against rookie Will Campbell on Sunday. Jaylen Warren has only averaged 3.1 yards per carry, but he's been impressive. 121 of his 132 yards have come after contact through the first 3 weeks of the season. Steelers linebacker Patrick Queen has totaled 8 run stops over the first 3 weeks of the season, tied 5th most among NFL LBs.